In the ancient Greek world, perched on a high cliff overlooking the road to the city of Thebes, sat a creature of nightmares. It had the body of a lion, the wings of a great eagle, and the head of a woman. This was the Sphinx, a merciless monster sent by the gods to punish the city. She didn't demand gold or sacrifices of livestock. Her price was human lives claimed through a single, baffling riddle. Traveler after traveler, hero after hero, merchant after merchant, all tried to answer, and all failed, their bones littering the cliffs below. Thebes was slowly choking, its trade routes cut off, its people living in constant fear. The throne was empty, the king having been slain by an unknown traveler on that very road. The desperate regent Creon made a proclamation that echoed through the land. Whoever could solve the Sphinx's riddle and free Thebes would become the new king and marry the widowed queen, Jocasta. News of this challenge traveled far and wide, reaching the ears of a young, intelligent, and ambitious man named Oedipus. A prince from the city of Corinth, Oedipus was haunted by a terrible prophecy he had received from the oracle at Delphi that he was destined to kill his father and marry his mother. Horrified, he fled his home and his beloved parents, King Polybus and Queen Merope, vowing never to return, hoping to outrun his grim fate. As he wandered through Greece, his journey eventually led him down the fateful road to Thebes. He was determined, clever, and unaware that his path was leading him not away from his destiny, but directly into its embrace. He approached the cliff, ready to face the monster that had terrorized a kingdom. The Sphinx fixed her cold, ancient eyes on Oedipus. "Listen well, mortal," she hissed, her voice echoing in the eerie silence. "I have a riddle for you. What goes on 4 feet in the morning, 2 feet at noon, and 3 feet in the evening?" Oedipus stood before her, his mind racing. He thought of the journey of life, from infancy to old age. The other travelers had thought of beasts, gods, or complex machines. But Oedipus saw the simple, profound truth. A confident smile touched his lips. "The answer," he declared, his voice ringing with certainty, "is man. As a baby in the morning of his life, he crawls on all fours. As an adult at the noon of his life, he walks on 2 feet. And in the evening of his life, as an old man, he uses a cane, his 3rd foot." Silence. The Sphinx's expression shifted from arrogance to disbelief, then to sheer rage. She had been defeated. Her power was broken. With a final, terrifying shriek that split the air, she threw herself from the high cliff, crashing onto the rocks below. The curse was lifted. The road to Thebes was open. The city rejoiced, hailing Oedipus as their savior, their liberator. As promised, he was crowned king of Thebes and married the beautiful queen Jocasta. For years they ruled wisely and justly, and the kingdom prospered. They had 4 children, and Oedipus believed he had finally escaped the dreadful prophecy. He had a new life, a new family, and the love of his people. He had conquered the monster and outsmarted fate itself. Or so he thought. But fate is not so easily cheated. Years into Oedipus's reign, a terrible plague descended upon Thebes. Crops failed, livestock died, and the people suffered. Desperate, Oedipus sent his brother-in-law, Creon, to the oracle at Delphi to learn the cause. The message Creon brought back was chilling. The plague was a punishment because the murderer of the former king Laius was still living unpunished within the city's walls. Oedipus, the great problem solver, swore an oath before his people. He would stop at nothing to find this killer and banish him, to cleanse the city and end the suffering. He, the king of Thebes, would personally lead the investigation. The investigation began, and Oedipus called upon Tiresias, the blind prophet, a man who could see the hidden truths of the universe. But when Tiresias arrived, he was reluctant to speak. "Let me go home," the old man begged. "It is better for you and for me if you do not know." But Oedipus, proud and quick to anger, accused the prophet of being part of the conspiracy. Goaded by the king's fury, Tiresias finally unleashed the horrifying truth. "You are the man you seek," he declared. "You are the defilement of this land. The murderer you hunt is you." Oedipus was enraged, believing this was a plot by Creon to seize the throne. He dismissed the prophet's words as the ravings of a madman. How could he, the savior of Thebes, be its curse? But the seed of doubt had been planted. His wife, Jocasta, tried to comfort him. "Pay no mind to prophets," she said. "An oracle once told my husband Laius that he would be killed by his own son. To prevent this, when our son was born, we pierced his ankles and had him abandoned on a mountainside to die. And Laius himself was killed by robbers years later at a place where 3 roads meet." The mention of 3 roads meeting struck a chord of terror in Oedipus. He remembered his journey to Thebes. He remembered an argument on such a road, a confrontation with an old man in a chariot that had escalated to violence. He remembered killing that man and his entire entourage in a fit of rage. A horrifying suspicion began to dawn on him. He summoned the only survivor of Laius's entourage, a shepherd who had fled the scene. At the same time, a messenger arrived from Corinth with news. King Polybus, Oedipus's father, had died of old age. For a moment, Oedipus felt relief. The prophecy was half wrong. He hadn't killed his father. But the messenger then revealed another shocking piece of information to comfort the grieving king. "You have no reason to fear marrying your mother, Merope," the messenger said, "because Polybus and Merope were not your real parents. I was the one who found you as a baby on a mountainside, your ankles pinned together, and gave you to them." The final piece of the puzzle fell into place. The shepherd who had survived Laius's attack was brought forward. He was the very same shepherd who had been ordered to abandon Laius and Jocasta's baby all those years ago. Overcome with fear and guilt, the shepherd confessed everything. He had taken pity on the infant and given him to the Corinthian messenger instead of leaving him to die. The truth was now undeniable, laid bare in all its horror. Oedipus, the hero, the king, was the son of Laius and Jocasta. He had fled Corinth to avoid a prophecy only to run straight into it. The stranger he killed on the road was his own father. The queen he married was his own mother. The story of Oedipus is more than just a tragic tale of fate. It's a profound exploration of human knowledge, pride, and blindness. Oedipus was a man of great intelligence. He solved the riddle of the Sphinx, a puzzle that stumped all others. Yet for all his cleverness, he was blind to the most fundamental truth of his own life. His name, Oedipus, can be translated as swollen foot, a constant physical reminder of the past he tried to escape. The myth warns us about hubris, the dangerous pride that leads mortals to believe they can outwit the gods or control their own destiny. Oedipus's relentless pursuit of the truth, which he began as a noble quest to save his city, ultimately becomes the instrument of his own destruction. He was so confident in his ability to see the answer, yet he couldn't see himself. When the full truth was revealed, Jocasta, unable to bear the shame, took her own life. Oedipus, in a fit of agony and despair, did not kill himself. Instead, he took the golden brooches from his mother's dress and blinded himself with them. He who was once so proud of his sight, who had metaphorically been blind to the truth for so long, made his blindness physical. He wanted the punishment to fit the crime. He had seen what no man should ever see, and now he would see no more. He was then exiled from Thebes, a blind wanderer, led by his daughter Antigone, finally fulfilling the curse he had placed on the unknown murderer. The man who solved the ultimate riddle became a riddle himself, a king who was a beggar, a wise man who was a fool, a savior who was a curse. His story serves as a timeless, humbling reminder that sometimes the hardest truths to see are the ones right in front of our eyes. Thank you so much for journeying with us through this incredible myth. If you enjoyed this story and want to explore more tales from history and mythology, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let us know in the comments which myth you'd like us to dive into next. See you in the next video.